No, you can't hear. Go to your room.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Well, Walaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Just trying to
Alhamdulillah.
devise. Yes,
Okay, we
I'm
are
able
live
to park now.
now.
I'm just devising a way that hope I'm
Okay.
visible now. Go. Yes.
Yes. So
Marshall.
once again,
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum salam
salam.
Okay. My name is Khadijat Babasule. I am an educator, a teacher without classroom. Okay. And with me today, we have two brothers and a sister. The second brother is going to join us very soon. So I will start my introduction from Adia. Adia Muisa Ade Adejumoke Adeyemo is a founder and director of Smarting Education Hub Limited, a tech-driving education consultant. And also, I have Malam Ahmed Ibrahim. He's an environmental sciences and earth science educator, experienced in both Cambridge and national curriculum. You are welcome once again.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for
Thank you
the
very much.
introduction.
So I hope by now our viewers now know who and who are on their screen this evening. Okay. Our discussion is going to base on classroom management. And classroom management refers to the strategies, techniques that teachers use to create a kind of atmosphere and productive learning environment. It involves setting clear expectation, routine, and maintenance of constant good behavior. That is what classroom management is all about. But we still need to learn more from our brother and our sister here this evening. I believe our viewers are there to learn a lot from our consultants and highly experienced teachers. Okay, my first question goes to Malam Ahmed Ibrahim. Malam Ahmed, are you
Okay.
there?
Yes, I'm with you, ma. I'm with you.
Okay. My first question tonight to go to you. What is your understanding about classroom management? Oh, we are sorry about that. Like his system is hanging, he's still there, but the system is hanging. So while waiting for him to be back, Agia, are you ready? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So while waiting for Brother Ahmed, let me direct this my question to Adia Muizat Adejumoke Adeyemi. Can you share your classroom experience working with Muslim students?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, he's back. Yes, we can.
O- Okay, okay. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Good evening to
Salam.
all of us educators on the platform, and happy International Teachers Day today. I wish all the best. Thank you for impacting knowledge and continue to make our world safer and better. Yes, practicum in classroom management. She just asked me if I get the question right, what classroom management means. I think that's what you asked me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, classroom management is a very broad concept, but for the sake of all of us, we just try to conceptualize it, and I hope that you permit
Oh,
my
network. Oh, network.
okay. My network is not okay. Can you hear me?
Very well. You are good, sir.
Hello.
You are good. We can hear you.
Okay. Can you get me now?
Yes, go ahead.
But it seems that the network is fluctuating. But I hope you
No,
can hear me.
very well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, then the network.
And we don't have hello? Aja, I think let me just throw your own question to you. Anytime is back, then in order for us to manage the time, actually, can you share your experience with us working with Muslim brothers, Muslim students in your school, in your environment? What is your experience as in their behaviors, their character?
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience. Am I audible enough, please? Okay, alhamdulillah. So, happy Teacher's Day to everybody on the call. I wish every one of us bit eh, living a fulfilled life. Indeed, teachers' reward is not only in heaven, it's also in this world. We should reap reward here before we go to heaven. All right. Having said that, question says, what's my experience working with Muslim children? I'll say Alhamdulillah. Ever since I became a teacher, about 12 or thereabout years ago, I've always worked with Muslim children, except for two schools where I worked in a mix. We have both the Muslim and the Christian. So I would say majority of my classroom teaching has been with Muslim children. So what's my experience? The experience I've had with them is a mixed one. I've seen Muslim children who are well behaved, whose parents have taken the pain of raising them well for the society. But one thing I noticed in them is this timid, they are timid, sort of. When you say timid, like they do have this, Islam encourages us to be shy. Like being shy is part of Iman as Muslims. So maybe the way they are groomed, that okay, you don't need to show yourself or feel too proud of your achievement. So they kind of feel too timid compared to children from on the other side. These ones will express themselves easily when you ask them for any for I mean question. That they'll say it boldly. So my own experience is that I've always tried to make sure that these children over, let's say, outgrow this. Whenever every one of them that go through my class, I make sure I have this impact of being confident whenever they need to express themselves. So I think that is what my experience is with Muslim children. I don't know if that answers your question or if there's a different dimension you want me to go.
You have answered very well, ma. Uh, um,
Thank you.
and you have just spoken the truth. In the sense that most of our Muslim children are always so we have a lot to do as regards this. We need to communicate to our parents on the best way to bring up their children in the sense that it will not affect their performance in the classroom. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome, Malam.
You're welcome.
Malam Mohammed. Is Malam back? Okay. While waiting for Malam, his question is there for him to answer anytime he's here. And before moving ahead, I also want to welcome our conveyor, the one who brought all of us together today, Malam Abdulwahid Salaudin. I say salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Your fine is 1 million naira payable into my
Network,
account.
ma.
Okay.
Okay, ma. Thank you. You
Okay.
should be expecting.
Malam, we are also waiting for Malam Ahmed. He was here earlier, but maybe his network also. So, Adia, sorry for throwing my second question to you. I believe you understand. It's because Malam Ahmed is not here tonight. He's not here right now. Okay, my second question is, how do you handle disruption, challenges, behavior in the classroom? Dealing with children is not easy. Everybody knows that. But as a classroom teacher, you need to define means of calming your children down, because your own ultimate goals is to ensure that you impart knowledge. So how do you manage the challenging situation in the classroom, ma'am?
The network, oh,
Is the question for me now?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Do you get that
All
correctly?
right.
Okay.
Yes, I did. How do I manage behaviors in class?
Yeah, disrupting the behavior in the classroom.
Okay. Classroom management is an essential part of the profession itself. No matter how good you are, a teacher, if your classroom management is poor, that's your
My door.
not show as a teacher.
Close my door. Daddy
You
needs.
always go as
Daddy needs
a
to
as a
come here.
professional teacher. So what's for me as a person as a professional teacher, I have been able to manage destructive behaviors in the class. Alhamdulillah, I've had very cordial relationship with my learners over time. Just one or two experience, I would say. It has to be in this senior secondary school. This teenage behaviors. Once they get to that level, they feel that they have grown, they are now adults, even though they are still growing because they are now as tall as they were. So my first experience was while I was in my NYC service in a second school, where a child, to test my will. as a teacher. So how was I able, the way I handled the situation was to report to my authority, the higher authority. That's the person I reported directly to was my HOD, so they could handle the situation. So the second one I'll say I had was also in a secondary school. The first school I taught after my NYSC, and still it has to do with a child in his teenage years. So what I did in order to prevent the other experience I've had was that okay. Anyway, I was running my PGD that time, and my thesis was on this their behavior and how to go about. So I had the opportunity and the advantage of having solutions. I think my thesis was on solutions to the behavioral problems among teenagers. So that period was when I was working in that school. So the experience, the knowledge, and my research made me to know that you need to make these children your friend. Like, come, let them see you like you are not okay, you are not there to judge them. You need to come down to their level, sort of. Not that there will be no boundary, but they'll need to be in their life. Let them see like somebody that they can share their burdens with,
Thank you
their
so much, Adia.
pets, even their parents. They kind of they could get even far away from even their parents. So you as a teacher in the class that
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So sorry,
Okay.
it's raining heavily here. So the network was a bit
Yes,
bad. I was just trying to devise
I
other means
understand.
of getting. Mm,
I understand. Adia has spoken well. Uh, my question to her was how she was able to handle disruptive and challenging behavior in the classroom. And she made
okay.
mention of why she was in secondary school. And you agree with me that it's even more easier to deal with pupils in primary school than in secondary school. Because the pupil in primary school, you could use so many means in handling them, but those in secondary school, you just have to use your wisdom. You have to be their friends, just like she said, in order for them to, or you need to understand them, they need to understand you. Okay, thank you so much, Ajia Misat Adeyemo. Thank you so much. So my back to you, Malam Ahmed. Like
Okay, man.
the first question I was trying to ask you then was what is your understanding about this classroom management?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, salam alaikum once again.
Alaikum
Uh,
salam.
before the network took me out. Yes, I was trying to. Yes, classroom management is a very broad concept, like I said earlier. But just trying to narrow it down, it involves all strategies, method, or whatever you can think of as a teacher that enables you to be able to effectively manage your class to ensure learning takes place. So starting from the way chairs are arranged, the way board is hung, the way you carry yourself, the knowledge of the subject matter, the method you involve in the teaching process, all these play a major role in uh, successful classroom management. So classroom management is a very broad concept. So it involves all things in the arsenal of a teacher, including the physical classroom itself, the arrangement of all the equipment within, that all will come together to aid effective delivery of teaching and learning. So that is what classroom management is all about.
Thank you so much. It's like you have summarized the definition and make it so understandable to our audience. So thank you so much, Malam Ahmed. Then my second question still goes to you. Can you share your experience? Can you please tell us your top 10 um, tools? What are the strategies you use in dealing with the children in the classroom?
Yes, classroom management is a very, very tasking one, and is an hallmark of a way of assessing any teacher. Because for all of us that went to teachers' college, you know that it's a critical aspect. It's even a course in teachers' college. I think classroom management is a whole course that a student, a teacher under training has to undergo to make sure that you are able to teach what you know to the children. Because it starts with one. It depends on the categories of it depends on the category of students that you are taking, because classroom management, it has to go along with the age bracket of student you are taking. For example, if you are in primary school, you may have less headache in managing the kids. They are young, inexperienced, and easy to control. So they are liquid. They always take the form of the container in which you put them. But for the higher student in colleges, you may have to at least involve a lot of other things for you to be able to successfully manage their classes. But from experience, we know one, as a teacher, you must make sure that you are on top of your game. You must be very firm, and you must have the knowledge of the subject matter. You must be good at what you do. Then your classroom must be prepared before your student come into the class. You don't allow students to come into the class and be asking them, you where move the seat, you move. Yes, you can do that if one or two of them came earlier, and you can ask those to be able to prepare the class. But if they don't show up earlier, you have to do that and make sure the class is ready, so that there will be free flow of students in, not you take the chair off the way. Then by the time you start doing that, all of them are already clogging at the door. And students, by the time two or three are hanging, then you have already created a chaotic situation for yourself before you start. You start telling one to keep quiet, telling the other, is that what I ask you to do? So these are these are one of the ways you can make a class starting peacefully for yourself. Make sure the class is arranged, and then the student file in properly and sit down, so then you can then get to the business of the day. And another thing is set a clear classroom rules. They let the student know that this is what, because behavior is a very, very what is a very, very complex process, and these children are coming from diverse home. They are coming with barrage of what misnomers. So the school is like a psychiatric home. You just have these cacophonies, and then you have to manage it. So, and that is what you are trained for. So I've just mentioned three major things. One, classroom arrangement is important. Make sure that it allow easy flow of students into the class. Seating arrangement must be perfect. The disturbing ones must be placed in where you can easily call them to attention. And then after that, you yourself, you must be very firm and have a good knowledge of the subject matter, because when students are good and they know that you don't know up to what they know, then you become a subject of mockery. And that is a simple way for chaotic situation to spring in your classroom. So you have to be on top of your game. And then you must also set clear classroom rule. Every student must know what they are up against. If you do this, you get this. If you do that, you get that. So if you can do this, I think you are, whether as a veteran in teaching or a new entrant into the teaching job, I think you find your class more easy to control. So I don't know whether I'm able to answer your question properly.
Very well, very well. Yeah, you have just done justice to the question. You made us to believe that classroom management starts from planning. You have to plan ahead of your classroom. You have to set clear rules. Like Yoruba will say, it is where there's no law that
Yeah.
there's no, you
There's no
understand?
offense.
So there's
Yes.
no offense. So there must be clear rules, and these rules must be well communicated with the pupils you are dealing with. Let them know this is the rule, and if they go against the rule, this is the punishment for it. And another thing you said that catches my attention is as a teacher, we need to be knowledgeable. You need to seek for knowledge. In as much as you want to continue to be an educator, you yourself must continue seeking for knowledge in order for you to be on top of your game. Thank you so much, Malam Ahmed. So
Thank you,
I'm
man.
moving on to the next question, which is based on empathy. It is based on empathy. Empathy is the ability of teachers and students to understand themselves very well. They should be able to share feelings. You need to understand your pupils. Your pupils need to understand you so well in order for empathy to take place. Now, my question goes to Agia Muisat Adeyemo. Uh, what is the role of empathy and companionship in diverse classroom? Agia, are you there? Aja Adeyemo. Okay, while waiting for her, I think I will go. Well, I'm sorry that I'm still throwing you another question while waiting
No,
for Aja.
no problem. No problem. Just yes. You're welcome.
Aja, are you back?
I'm here. Your
Okay,
network, it's
Okay.
your skill. I couldn't hear you any longer.
okay. My question is, what is the role of empathy and companionship in diverse classroom?
Um, Empathy, for me, is it means being being able to feel what others feel whenever they are in such in a situation. Ability to put yourself in their shoes. Because if you are not in their shoe, there's no way you can empathize with them. Then companionship, of course, also go along with that. So as an educator, being able to empathize with your learners means you place yourself, you recall how when you were at that age, what were the things as a learner, what were the things that you liked in your teachers? And what were the things that you did not like in your teachers? You now, being the teacher, are you able to fulfill those things that you were not able to get from your own teachers? That is how I see my learners. So whether I'm those nursery ones now, whether you are with those little ones or those in the primary session or those in the secondary classes, being empathic means placing yourselves in their shoes, knowing fully well that these children are from different backgrounds, different homes, different orientation they've brought to the school. So if you're able to empathize with them, it also goes along with knowing them in like knowing them very well, knowing the background of private and second, and public schools. For those in the public school, there are many of them that come from very, very humble background. So if you're able to empathize with them, you will know that if a child comes to class now and is unable to have all the required things, resources that they need to learn in the class, you will be able to know that okay, it's not that child's fault. The fault is not from the child, it's from the parent. So you will not be dealing or maybe beating the child every day, like why have you not bought my textbook, or why have you not brought this and that, you know that it is not the child that is at fault in that instance, it is the parent. So you now devise a means as a teacher. It's either you reach out to the parent through your superior authorities, or if it's a school that is allowed for you to communicate with the parent, you communicate with them, the ones that you know that they are able to get you. If they are not able to, you devise a means to make sure the child also gets what his or her peers are getting from you. If it means going extra mile as a teacher to make sure this one also. So that's being empathic with the child, and the child will see you as somebody that loves him or her, and they will always be there to get to know when the child does not. If you are not in good time with your child, with the child you are teaching, definitely there will be not no knowledge will be gained. So in this case, once they know that this teacher has me at heart, they will be able to listen to what you want to offer them, what you are there to teach them. So that is the role of empathy. Any child that knows that you are there for them, that you understand them very well. If you see this child is always here and there, you are able to speak with that child, talk to the child, and the child able to is get your point very well and able to adjust over time. You will see that you'll be the best friend of that child, and whatever subject you are teaching that child, no matter how difficult that subject is, the child will be ready to learn from you as a teacher. So the place of empathy and companionship cannot be overemphasized in the classroom.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
ma'am.
Adia Muisat Adeyemo. Thank you for throwing light in the importance of empathy in dealing with children. As a matter of fact, you cannot say you want to help somebody when you don't even understand the problem of that person. For you to be able to impart knowledge, for you to be able to be their friend, you must first of all understand them, knows what they are feeling, knows what they are going through. It goes beyond the classroom. It has to be with what is happening even at home, because a lot of these children, what they are passing through at home, they will come to the classroom, they will be start actually misbehaving or looking at you as if they are just there. Sure, you want me to come to the class? There I am here. So you need to get to the root of their problem in order for you to provide solution. Thank you so much, Adia. Back to Malam Ahmed. My question for you is, as a teacher, your work is not complete if the knowledge is not imparted. And in order for the knowledge to be imparted, classroom management has to be at top gear, right? So what method do you use to encourage participation in the classroom? How are you able to, get your students to listen to you, to drop whatever distraction and pay attention to you?
Okay. Yes. Assalamu alaikum once again. I think that is a very, very good question. As a teacher, you keep on learning in the process because there is no any perfect manual. Even if you are coming freshly from the teaching college, you get into the classroom and you continue to learn day by day. And then by trying to improve yourself with a lot of materials that you can pick around, you get, because there's no any manual to how you handle children. Because year in, year out, you have fresh problem in your hand with diverse behavioral challenges. So for us, that experience have really given us an opportunity to be able to draw a simplified model of handling students in classroom. Yes, to teach, like I said earlier, you have to be one. That is the most important aspect. If really you want to gain student respect, you must be a master at your game. So If you're a mathematician and you get to the class, no matter how well dressed you are, no matter how well arranged the class is, and at example one, you fumbled, you clean the board once, twice, thrice, and you are not able to get it. Before you know, the children will automatically start to what? They start to ridicule you. But if you are a master at what you do, I think you have really you have solved your problem by almost 50%. Then how do you coordinate the class? How do you make your class a typical class? Uh, so one, you knowing the student, the type of student you are, because this is one major advice I always give to teachers and even school owners. Student profiling is key uh, before you hand them over to teachers. You have to do some technical profiling so that you give the teachers who is coming some basic background knowledge so that they will be able to handle those kids properly. For example, some kids may be suffering hair impairment, some are having vision problems, some are, because you may not really know where your problem is coming from. Maybe somebody is trying to reask what you are asking, and you are annoyed that why is that child talking while you are talking. So you get to know the problem of that child. So some common profiling is necessary from the school. Okay, this child is having a myopic issue. You then put the child in the front. This one is hypermetropia, then you find a way to put it. So this child is having what do you call it, is having attention issue, short attention span. Then you find an engaging activity for such. So there are a lot of information you need. Even you co-teachers also can collaborate with you, especially the teachers where those children are coming from. It is very, very good if you are taking transitioning children. If children are transiting from one class to your own class, it is very good you relate with the former class teacher to tell you who is who among them, what is how is the teacher able to take care of them. Then the teacher will tell you the troublemaker, will tell you the icebreaker, will tell you. And when you get all this information, when you know the troublemaker, you know the one that controls, the cheerleader that controls the class, it makes it very easy for you. Just make that one your friend, and then everybody fall in place. Immediately they know that their leader respects you, then automatically all of them will respect you. So that is one tactic that you can use. Another one is make allow the children to make rules, class guiding rules by themselves. Give them that task. Okay, this is our class, I want you to give me 10 rules. You can divide them to groups, they will come up with rules, and then you together look at the rules. The one that are repeated will be cancelled. So when you do that, they become part of the what? They become part of the process, and they will not love to violate the rules they set. And they have also set consequences along with those rules. So it make it easy for you to use their rules against them. And then when they understand they are the one that put forward those rules, they will not want to fall a victim of it. So that is another one. So you, as a teacher too, you must also work with the student if you really want to succeed in training them. Because to me, I don't believe that we do anything special. Then somebody say we teach. I always say that we only guide. Because left for me, the difference between a student, maybe because I'm a bit experienced in the college, 2 decades now, close to 2 decades now in the college education. I always believe that the kids, the difference between a teacher and those kids is just books. Because if you have encountered situations where some students are having access to the books you are having access to, you discover that you are having serious challenge in coping with those kids. They are far, far ahead of you. You make you make little mistakes. They try to quickly call you to attention. So I think you need to work closely with them. Working closely with these kids, identifying the high flyers among them. When you identify the high flyers, yes, you know that these guys are good. Then how can you use such guys to help other? And everybody love praise. By the time you be able to identify that guy, the guy become very close to you. And then since it's a what is a lovable one, everybody loves high flyer in their class because he or she will be helping them with a lot of things. So when you bring that one closer, then automatically that one helps you in trying to in trying to bring the class into your what, into your harm. So these are very very intricate what do you call it, tips that you can use in really bringing your class under your control. But for primary teacher, you may try to bring a lot of other things, the technology like playway methods, all these things that can really captivate students. You may not have issue if you do that in primary. You may not even have much behavioral issue. If a child disturbs you a lot and you know that the child likes painting, you just give the child a lot of painting activities, then the child rest. Also in secondary school too, you try to make your lessons, try to make it interactive. Interactive in the sense is that integrate technology. Don't just come to school, to the classroom like the whole teacher does, reading from screen, reading from textbook, and do all this boring and all that, and the student are just sitting there. Then you have created a situation for chaos. So what I think you should do is that plan the lesson ahead. If you have pictures, if you have videos, this will make, because when you do things differently every day, the children anticipate you before you come, and when students anticipate you before you come, it means your lesson is interesting. And if lesson is interesting, you have less issue in coping or dealing with behavioral challenges. Although there may be some abnormal or anomalies, there are some students will want to go overboard. Then with your firmness, I don't think you will have issue when they know that you're a firm person, and you deal with every issue the way they come. But don't forget, I always say it, the best game, the best game to for any child is love. When a child discover that you love him or her, that very child will never want to offend you. So I think that is all my major strategy that I use in my classroom up to today.
Malam, thank you so much for sharing with us from your well-deal experience. I have learned a lot from today's class, both from Hadia and from you, especially when you talked about profiling the students by the school owner before handing them over to the teachers, so that at least they will have passes. It will give the teacher knowledge on empathy, and so many other factors depend on it. So profiling of the child is very important. Then when you talked about allowing children to partake in setting the rules, I think I support you 100%, because there's what is called I remember developmentally appropriate practice in education, whereby they talks about teacher involving pupils in whatever you do. The school should always involve
in
the kids in
decision making.
whatever you do, because they are there to learn. And remember, they are not just there to learn the syllabus alone. They are there to learn everything about life, because we are producing them out to the society to be better. Imagine as a teacher, you clock in the morning when you are coming to your class, when you are coming to the school, you have to sign in. What if we create something like that for the student in the classroom, for them to sign every day before they enter into the classroom? You are giving them sense of engagement, you are giving them sense of belonging in the classroom. So there are so many things that we do in the classroom that we need to just be putting the children, let them be learning no matter how little. We cannot just base on curriculum or the syllabus learning alone. We have to inculcate. That is why a lot of people like Montessori type of learning, right? So thank you so much, Malam Ahmed. And my question is for Malam Abdulwahid. Our, will I call him host also? Okay, I think he's back. Okay, he's our host, he's the Baba of tonight. So we just need to hear from him. Actually, we cannot conclude today's class without having him saying a word to us. Malam, are you there? Malam Abdulwahid. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, sir. Malam Waid.
I think the
Malam
network
Waid.
is
I
fluctuating.
think the
Oh,
network is not really friendly with him.
okay. So, just that I did not want to skip these aspects uh, of Malam Waid. Okay. Um, Bullying has caused our society a lot of harm. And everybody now knows that maybe during our own time, though there used to be bullying, but we don't understand that it's actually harmful to us, right? But it is now something that everybody needs to work against in the school. So, Malam Ahmed, Malam Ahmed, can you
Now,
tell
I'm with you.
us how? Just give us in 1 to 2 minutes. How do you think we can address bullying in school?
Oh, okay. I think bullying just maybe in the last few years become a very popular subject of discussion. Maybe as a result of globalization of education, but it has always been there. It has always been there. Even right from our time, it
Aslim,
has been there.
come and close the window
Eh,
for me.
So it's just that it gains attention when a lot of other curriculums are coming to
Mommy, please come and
cross
close
board
this window and sleep. I'm in the class and
cross.
everybody will be hearing you. Please. Safa, I'm in the class. Everybody will be hearing you. Say you will not disturb me.
Okay, okay, okay. We
Sorry.
can hear you.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Sorry.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
it's normal. That's what they are the one we are talking about. So that is that is one of the practical moments.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so the idea is that because curriculums are now crossing nations, we are seeing what others are doing in other places that attend to the era of technoculture. You know, the culture of technology is really changing a lot of things. But that being said, bullying is just any form of oppression. We know any form of oppression within the school system. It could be to whether from the teachers to the students, or from the student to the teachers, or from the management to the teachers. Or so the chain is very long. So it depends on how we are. But today, since we are discussing uh, uh, teacher-student relationship, been teacher, student, and the classroom. So I think we will limit bullying to that realm. So bullying oppression of one by the other within the teacher, or between teacher and the students. Yes, this kind of oppression can take place in different form. I think one is it could be physical. They can be student to student. So some students tend to, because they are powerful, they are big, they want to oppress the other. They want to just try to, the way they use it, bully them. Hmm? Maybe use one is playing ball and the big one needs the ball, and they'll say, "Can you get off the ball? It's not your ball. Give me the ball." Before you know, fight will ensue, and then they will be able to the big one will be able to oppress the small one. Or it could be verbal. It could be verbal bullying. Somebody that is well mouthed, talking down at another, trying to mouth wash them. You are this, you are that, you are this, your daddy is this, your mother, and then that one may be a bit socially not really vibrant. So then they verbally abuse or bully that kind of a child. So these are different forms that bullying can take. But how do we manage it? I think one of the major things that I always tell school owners and teachers is that you must have a safeguarding policy in place, and let everybody in the school system, even including the gardener and securities, because bullying can also come from all these people, let them key into child safeguarding policy. Once you know that the child is the center of attention in this place, then how do you safeguard the child? both physically, both emotionally. Everything that you should do in a school system should be deliberate, because school, before you plan it as a school. I've never seen anybody building a school and be thinking that, okay, this place I'm building, maybe I want to just build it to park children there. The person must have an intention of say, okay, I'm building a school, and this school must have this room, it must have this office, it must, so you know that you are really preparing for some set of students to come. So you are creating an environment that will be safe for them. So child safeguarding is all about child safety. So you must make sure that a child is safe from physical harm, mental harm, and any form of harm that can happen to that child within the school system. The school must be fully responsible for that. I think all of the most recent case was that one of this what is this school called? This school in Brick City area. I forget their name. Eh? I think the bullying case was televised nationally, and then
Yes.
it really uh, it really brings a bad repute to the school. So for you as a teacher, what you need to know is that you must know what the child needs are. Hmm? Once you know the child needs, then you'll be able to you'll be able to take it from there. Another one is that you must be what? You must be cautious. You must be respectful. You must be friendly in your engagement with kids. Being a teacher doesn't really make you a superior to those kids. Those kids are just normal human beings like you. The only difference is that they put them under your care because they are what? They are little and they are inexperienced. You were once like that. So that is the job of a teacher. We are just a custodian of knowledge. So as we hold it like a library and we give it to them. They become, later when we grow old and wear out, they become the new custodian. So that is how I see who a teacher is. So you must be compassionate, like Ajia said. So then when a child knows that, then you are safe. And then the child is safe. And the child will be open to you, discuss a lot of things that you cannot even imagine. Imagine a child just walking to a class and say, sir, I have a little problem this morning. And you said, what the problem is? My mom and my dad, they fought this morning that I could not even get my notes. You understand? So for you, for your child to have that kind of openness to you, it then means that the relationship has been taken to some certain level. So that is how open a teacher should be. So then to prevent from student to student bullying is to set a clear rule and have a very, very robust reward system, both negative and positive. If a school really follow up disciplinary issue, I think when I taught in Premier then that year, Premier International School in Wuse, there was an incident during the lockdown where a student of mine was to write exam from home using his computer. So this school is running 100% online. So I will set exam, and then before I know, the mother of the boy called. Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. I said, Ma, good afternoon. He said, okay, Okibo is here. He's writing exam with two laptop on. Is it permitted? I said, two laptop. It's supposed to just be one laptop. He said, okay. He's checking for map on the other one. He said it's part of the exam. I said, no. Checking for map is amounting to exam malpractice. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. Then she hung off the phone. And then the next thing I heard is the dad that called and re-explained the same thing the mom said. Before I know, they called the parent from their own house. They called the school. Before I know, my HOS called me that the parent called, this is what happened. I said, yes. They said, okay, thank you for standing right for us. We take it up from there. Before I know, it becomes a serious panel. Despite all of us are at our various home. That is what I'm saying. When school is standing on their principles and they try to follow up, it is very important. That is the only way you can mitigate bullying. Because some students, when they see that you don't rebook them, they become a serious problem in the school system. And when you have that kind of children in the school system and you are not careful, as they are going out, they leave the baton for another tough guy, and that is how the chain will continue. So but once you uproot it once and for all, then you have a safe and a good environment in which you can groom very peaceful minds that you can really call a school system. So that is what I think you can do to be able to stem bullying. The school must be upright, the teacher must be upright, and then every behavior must be rewarded, both positive and negative. If you do this, I bet you will have a very safe school environment.
Thank you so much, Malam. School policy is very, very necessary. I wonder why some school owners are running their schools without school policies, without teachers' policies, without students, handbook. Let them know what is expected of them. Let them know what is expected of the school. And also, there must be effective communication, just like you said, between the school and the parents, between the teacher, the school, and the parent, within the student, teachers. No, communication can come in any form, but the essence is that there should be effective communication. We have few minutes to go, and we'll be drawing the curtain very soon. But before we go, Adia, are you there? Okay, while waiting for her, Malam, can you just give us a brief, because for the fact that we have been talking about classroom management, talking about bullying, talking about empathy and all that, we cannot rule out the fact that the forum that brought us together this evening is a Muslim Educators Forum, right? So I just want you to give us in 1 minute, how do you think Muslim educators can support each other?
Yes, yes. Being a Muslim is a very very important aspect of our being, and alhamdulillah for that we are born a Muslim, and then we are still living our life from the guidance of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I think as a Muslim, we is by our training, empathy, kindness. They are core of Islam. And I don't think anyone who has gone through Islamic training, because all those there's all this what they call akidas, all this continuous what do you call it? This continuous remembering of some basic things that are central to Islamic value. Hmm? Like you need to be kind. Islam is not even, when you talk about kindness, it goes beyond human. You see the kindness that Prophet explained about animal, even slaughtering. You see, it's a very, very what? It's a very complex process. You make the animal to do this, make the animal to close eyes, and then you use a very sharp knife. And when you are doing it, you don't do it in a way that the animal will feel the pain. You see, kindness to animals. So I think empathy, kindness, respectfulness, all these are key aspects of Islam. So we, being teachers and as well Muslim, I think we are just lucky for at least getting our teachers training earlier than necessary before actually going to colleges to learn about all these theories that just validate what Islamic teaching has already given to us at earlier stage. So I think this is a very good platform for us to also share this kind of knowledge that Islam is really what is really transforming our classroom. Because if you look at a lot of things around the world, look at war. Up to today, international war that are fought are still fought on the principle of Islam. The principle that you must have to inform the people that you want to come and war with. You must safeguard children. You must safeguard old people. You must safeguard. So all these things are very key aspect of Islam, and then bringing it to classroom. Look at what Prophet said. He said that one of the two most rewarding job on earth is teaching, and farming. So you see, now we fall in a category of people that we are going to get a reward here and we are going to get reward at hereafter. So I think this gathering is an important gathering for us as a Muslim to really be good ambassador of Islam and make others who are non-Muslim to know that some of the things they see in us are really taught to us by the principles of the Quran. So, and I believe that if we continue to do this, we are going to bring a lot of people into Islam without even talking about Islam, because they will just like us, like the way non-Muslims, when Islam has not even been established, when they love Prophet Muhammad as Alamin, the trustworthy, because of the character he exhibits. So because of the character we exhibit, a lot of people will want to practice the religion that we practice. And I believe that we are just very lucky being Muslim at the same time being educators.
Thank you, Malam. Thank you so much. So, Aja, can you give us your last word for teachers? Say something to round it up.
Okay. Alhamdulillah for the time spent so far. Uh, Teachers generally, I'll say, as teachers, we need to know, if only we know the gravity and the and the weight of that trust that has been placed on us to be able to teach. Teaching truly is a noble profession. So as teachers, if you find yourself in such profession, it's a trust, a very, very big trust. You, if you, as a parent, you talk to your child now, even though they know that you are also a teacher this time around, they will tell you, my teacher said this. That's to tell you that they now believe in you as a teacher, even more than that this is a trust placed on you as a teacher. You hold it firmly and discharge the the trust in such a way that you'll be happy with yourself, you'll be happy with your creator, and you'll be happy with the society that you are going to turn these children into. So that is generally as a teacher. But as Muslim teacher, like the brother Ahmad said, we don't even have choice than to exemplify good behaviors as teachers. And then if I'm to part with the word I would like to part with for teacher is to seek knowledge. As Muslim teachers, we don't have choice. It's our heritage. Yeah, China was very, very, very far. It's a very long distance. It's an irony, sort of. It means that no matter how far the knowledge is, we should seek the knowledge, because you can't be a good teacher without being a knowledgeable teacher. So we shouldn't make it an excuse. Maybe, okay, I'm a Muslim, I'm a woman, I have this responsibility, I have that, I'm a mother, I have to combine this. You can still seek knowledge. The internet has made life very, very easy for us. You can learn. We are in our sitting room, all of us. At whether sitting room, your living room, or you can even be on your bed and learn. So you don't have any reason not to seek knowledge, because if you want to impart truly and being able to be a master at your game as a teacher, you need to seek knowledge every day. The children you are teaching now are no, they are tech driven. So you can't be an analog teacher and you want to teach these children. You disgrace yourself while teaching them. So seek knowledge as in all, either Islamic knowledge, whether the Western knowledge, seek it as much as you can as a teacher. Then you be up to date in your knowledge. Don't be carrying 14th century knowledge, and you'll be teaching children that are in the 21st century. You fail yourself, and you fail the religion of Al Islam. And being secondly is to be up and doing. A Muslim is not expected to be lazy. So as a Muslim teacher, you need to be up and doing. If you find yourself, especially if you find yourself in an environment that is diverse, where you have both. I've worked in such environment where you have both Muslim and Christian staff. Don't let them see Muslims as laybys. We are not laybys. You are you are expected to even be ahead, because our religion um does not give room to laziness. So those are my personal words. Seek knowledge. Don't be lazy. Do everything possible to make sure this job that you are earning from, you do it very well. And there's nothing wrong in seeking other income. As a teacher, you can teach in the classroom and also teach online. Like
Wow.
Mm.
I, I was still enjoying her when the network and
other skill,
okay.
there are other skills that you will be able to impart people outside even what you are teaching in the classroom. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Adia Muisat. We are women, but that is not a barrier.
At
That is
all.
not barrier. You don't have any excuse at all. Even if you are a full housewife, you can learn. Right now, I am on my bench and I've spent over 1 hour learning from our sister and our brothers here. Thank you so much. I am honored to be your host today. Once again, I am Khadijat Babasule. Thank you so much for joining us. On this note, we
Thank
draw the curtain until we meet
thank
again.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
thank you very much. It's really appreciated. Thank you. Bye bye.
Naam, salaam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.